So as we get ready to develop visual schedules for our students, there are some considerations ahead. Keep in mind that visual schedules sequence activities for a certain period of time, and they can take many forms. There are many different examples of what we can use visual schedules for daily schedules, morning meeting schedules, lunchroom schedules, arrival schedules, bathroom schedule, going home schedule, independent work schedule. And the purpose of visual schedules is to be able to increase on-task behavior, decrease frustration and anxiety, facilitate smooth transitions, enhance acquisition of new skills, develop independence and resulting self-esteem, promote self-management, and complete self-help tasks. And so when we are getting ready to develop these schedules for our students, we have to consider the following. Do make it simple. Also use what the individual understands quickly and easily. So remember, this is to help the individual, is to help our students move smoothly throughout their day. So it's really about what will work for them. Create tools that are universally understood. Observe how the individual responds to the schedule. See how the student responds to it. Teach what you create and place those visual tools in all settings. And so consistency and predictability are very important. Some don't make tools that are too complicated or too difficult for individuals to understand. And don't create arbitrary rules about how visual tools must look. If you look at our example of first then schedule, sometimes we are in situations where we are not in our classroom. We may not have an icon. So we grab a piece of paper and we write first, we write then, and we're able to create a visual on the fly right there. So let's not create arbitrary rules, and let's really think about what we need to put into place for our students to move smoothly throughout their day. Other considerations is you have to consider the level of understanding of the individual. So are you going to use objects, pictures, icons, photographs, written words, or are you going to use a combination of both? Again, it has to be individualized and it has to be a team effort. So input from all service providers, from teachers that teach, and from the parent is very important. Another consideration is the individual's vision. How large do these items need to be, and does he or she seek color? Do they need to be in color? Do they need to be a certain size? Also to consider is the durability. How rough is the individual? Will you need to make it out of cardstock and laminate or mount to an even harder surface? It is important to be able to consider this before you create your tools in order for them to last and to be effective. You must also consider portability. Will the schedule be stationary or portable? Is it something that you need to take along with you? If it will be portable, then it needs to be lightweight and easy to carry. If the student's going to carry it, it can't be a whole big book that they can't carry from place to place. So if you see the examples, one of them is like a tied to a belt loop. Another one is in one of those little foam I call it knee pads that they sell at the dollar store, and it depicts the schedule. And another one is in a binder, something that's very portable. Also, you have to consider clarity. Are the photos clear, and is what you want the individual to attend to the only concept represented in the photo? Do you need background color to help the individual attend to the objects or pictures? Again, this has to be considered before putting them in place for the students so that we can facilitate success in utilizing the schedules. And it should be a team effort. It should be a team collaborating to determine what is best for that student. Also, you have to consider age appropriateness. Does the schedule resemble what is being utilized by typical peers? And so if we're in a high school setting, the visuals will need to look a little different than other type of settings like a middle school or an elementary school. It really has to be age appropriate. Also, you have to consider the response effort required. Does the individual have motor difficulties, endurance, or behavioral issues that need to be considered? How will the individual manipulate the schedule as she finishes activities? So the schedule is not something that has to add to the frustration of our students, but it's going to take away some of the anxiety and frustration. So really, it has to be low effort. It has to be something that the individual can do. And also, we have to consider our student's special interests. Does the individual have a special interest? For example, do they have a favorite color, characters, shapes, objects, animals, food items, etc.? Because those should be embedded into their schedules. That would be a very big motivating factor, and it will allow the individual to be able to interact with the schedule better. These are some considerations, some things that we must consider before implementing visual schedules. To learn more about visual supports, visit our Canvas course, our course overview of ASD and essential supports. Under visual supports, you will be able to find a lot of resources and tools that can help you in implementing this evidence-based practice with your students.